Hi, everyone. My name is Chuck Ging. I'm the co-founder of the Foundation for Science and AI Research. We're really excited to have Pi Day project today, and I'm going to have Maddy to interview Leo here. So, Maddy, turn the time over to you.
Okay. Hi, everyone, and happy Pi Day. Today, we're joined by Leonardo de Moura, a computer scientist who created Lean, a tool that helps mathematicians and programmers check proofs in programs. Leonardo, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much. Very happy to be here.
I'm very happy to have you. So, from my understanding, Lean is a tool that helps computers understand mathematical proofs. How do you explain this to a middle school student like me?
Oh, great question. Imagine Lean for high school students, the best way to view Lean as a programming language, the same way you use Python to write programs, you can use Lean to write math. And another thing that's many young students are the games. You can there are many games like the natural number game that you can is a more constrained version of Lean that you can use to play games and learn math.
Thank you. Okay, so today we're hearing a lot about AI and helping with math and science. How do you think tools like Lean and AI might change the way people discover new mathematics?
Well, I think it will dramatically change. AI is very powerful, but it hallucinates. Lean makes sure that you don't have to check if the proof that AI found is correct or not. It enables us to work in a much higher level of abstraction. We don't need to focus on the details, but we can ensure they are correct because Lean is checking them.
So just a question going more in detail. How do you use AI like besides Lean in your daily research?
Well, right now I use it for everything. As a soundboard, to chat. If I have a new idea, I want to discuss the new idea. If I want to, there's an area that I want to learn. I found it super powerful to give me the right papers to read, to help me. Uh, it helps me to understand. If I want to learn a new area, it's extremely powerful for that. To organize my agenda, to help me writing proposals, help me to write Lean, help us to maintain Lean in sync is a major effort to keep all the libraries we have in Lean coherent, right? And the AI this is like grinding, it's a lot of energy goes there, and AI can help us to keep everything in sync. Yeah, I'm a big fan of AI. You can tell by my answer.
Okay, so a lot of people are scared that AI are going to take their jobs. And personally, I don't think that's going to be as big as a problem in mathematics because there's so much coming up with new things in ways that people would never expect. But are there any like careers that you see around you that might be taken by AI?
Yes, yes. Yes, I agree with you that it will accelerate, especially in math. In You can try ideas, you can explore many different areas now using AI. You can move faster. Yes, this is all true. I'm super excited about that. But there are many jobs today that people are doing mechanical things over and over again. They are helping. Sometimes you have a big team of people. There's a few of them are the ones that are driving their innovation, their ideas, and the other ones are just executing their ideas.
Hmm.
This kind of job, if your job is just to execute, it may be affected by AI, right? AI executes it super fast. And follows your orders, and yeah, there will be this, people will find new jobs. This happened in the past, right? In the past, we were all in farms, right? In many numbers. Now a farm has very few people taking care of the whole thing. Same thing will happen for software development, right? We now have these huge teams. In the future, we have much smaller teams achieving way more, right?
Hmm. So you said that AI might create new jobs and replace the ones that are more repetitive or
Yes,
that can be delegated to AI.
yes.
What kind of new jobs do you think might be created, and how might that, like, I guess, shift the way that organization works, I guess.
Yeah, it's hard to predict, right? I mean, I was talking with a friend of mine that last week he was trying to. He has a company that was selling names to domain spaces when the internet started, and he was trying to explain to his dad what he was doing, and his dad, what are you selling names? What is this? I mean, it's the kind of job that's incomprehensible
Huh.
before, but now is a thing. And I think we are going to have jobs like that. I mean, I believe we will have many more people creating professional content, right?
Mhm.
You don't need to suppose that you have an idea, but you are not a designer. You don't know how to design, how to create a compelling animation. AI will help you with that. I mean, having an idea is more important now. Being being able to execute on the idea, right? I mean, uh, yeah, it's hard to predict the new jobs that are going to be created, but I can see people creating material, educational material in a much faster pace. I think in the future, educational material, the quality will increase dramatically, right?
Yeah, and I like how you pointed out, I feel like a common theme that I'm seeing is that a lot of things are going to be way more faster paced. But
Yes.
stepping sort of back into the present, if a curious student wanted to start exploring math or programming today, what's something fun they could try?
Ah, one cool thing is that for young people and for people that are old like me, figuring out the technology sometimes becomes an obstacle. But the AI can help you. If you have an idea, talk to the AI. He will help you to install. If you, suppose that you want to try Lean, talk to the AI. It will help you step by step how to install it, how to try. And you can say, "Oh, I have this project. I have this math problem that I want to try to solve." It will help you, guide you, and you can have ideas. I think I should attack this problem through this angle. It will give you feedback. If you have an idea, talk to the AI to help you to put it in, to help you to execute on the idea. That's my advice. I mean, the AI can help you to get into Lean, into math, explore a new area. If you don't understand anything about a specific subject in math, you can ask it, give me the pointers. Where do I start? I don't understand this point. What should I read first? Could you give me exercises that are at the level I am right now? It can help you with all that, right? It can be a guide.
And I can tell that getting deep into mathematics is very different now than it was even like 10 years ago. How did you really discover your passion for mathematics and computer sciences?
Well, when I was 12, I got my first computer and I got hooked. I mean, I still love. I was blown away. Yeah, since then, I knew what I had to do. I mean, yeah, no doubts. I mean, after I got when I was 12, yeah.
And I think it's such like a big difference from when you got your first computer to where you are now. And another question is, how did you come up with Lean? It seems like such a like not to like glaze you, but it seems like such a genius idea. Like, how did you ever find something like that and think that it could be
Yeah, yeah, it's a great question. I mean, I'm in an area of computer science called automated reasoning,
possible?
where before Lean, I had a system called Z3, like the car, the name of the car, is fully automatic. You don't interact. I mean, you pose a problem, it will solve. It's not for doing abstract mathematics. It's more for, you should view as a constraint solving engine. There are many areas of mathematics that are decidable. You can write a program to decide if the sentences are true or not. Or,
Mhm.
and you can, for example, for bug finding in software, you can pose them as math problems. You can create a math problem that's a huge constraint you can view, saying, how can I execute this path in my program? And this path is a path
Mm.
that will crash or will create a security vulnerability. This you can pose this question as a math problem, and the tree would find the solution for you. This it turns out this kind of question is in a decidable fragment, and it should be this engine that goes there grinding and finding these vulnerabilities for you. It was successful, but people also wanted to use Z3 for software verification. Software verification
Mm.
goes in an area that is undecidable. It can be as complex as math, the problems, abstract mathematics. And in this area, you have to rely on heuristics, and it never works. When you rely on heuristic, it becomes unstable. For easy things, it can solve. For complex things, it fails. And one of the users told me, I know the proof. I just want to tell the system the proof. That's how Lean started. It's a way to combine this fully automated world with an interactive world. This was before AI. But the cool thing is that making Lean interactive for humans helps a lot for AI. AI now is just the same mechanisms for guiding the prover, the system that we provide to humans are now being used by AI to control Lean, right? And this is great.
And it's really cool to see how AI or how Lean has evolved from its original purpose
Mhm.
of, um, I guess, formalizing proofs. Is that what it was?
Yes, yes.
To being used by AI. And how do you think that that usage might like change and develop over the next decades?
Oh, it will dramatically. Lean now is optimized for humans, but we know that we have to make it better for AI.
Mm.
We want he wants the AI to be able to iterate very quickly. Each invocation of Lean to be almost instantaneous. Lean gives feedback, says what is wrong, and it corrects. You want this feedback loop to be super efficient.
Yeah.
We want to provide information. For humans, we try to filter the amount of information because with our attention span, we are not going to digest thousands of lines of feedback provided by Lean. But the AI is different. I mean, it can process massive amounts of information. And giving this information for it to make a better decision is valuable. And we will automate. We are going to improve Lean, not just for humans, but for AI now. And we are going to see if Claude and ChatGPT and Gemini can already do all what they are doing with Lean as is, they're going to be able to do way more in the future.
This is sort of a closing question, but since it's Pi Day, I had to ask, how many digits of pi do you know by heart? And if not, what is your favorite mathematical constant?
Oh, I know very few. Sorry. I mean, I'm not. When I was younger, I could tell you a bunch of them, but I know very few. Yeah.
I only know three, so.
Yes. Good, good. We are the same.
Okay. Well, Leonardo, thank you so much for joining us and for
Thank
sharing
you.
your work with us today. It's exciting to hear how computers and mathematics are coming together in new ways. And to everyone
Thank you.
listening, happy Pi Day and keep exploring the beauty of math.
Thanks a
Happy
lot.
Pi Day. Happy Pi Day. Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.